All right, everyone. Hello, hello. If you can hear my voice, do me a favor and please make your way back to your seat. And we are going to take a look at the Repsly software inside your new tablet. Again, it will be difficult for you to follow along with those who have their tablet, only because most likely you have not activated Repsly in the software yet, which is perfectly fine. This training today was set up to be audible visual, as I've stated a couple of times. So really, it's just, absorbing what you can, watching and looking so that you get that first glance. And then when you enter the field, that's where you get all of that hands-on experience and the light bulbs begin to go off and they start going ding, ding, ding. And you're like, oh, that's right. That's what Linda was talking about. Now it makes sense. I get it. But really, it's all of an introduction, just setting the stage, giving you that foundation today so that when you enter the field, it's not just this, what do I do? What is this? I've never seen this before. So hopefully this will help just be an introductory session for you. Jessica, go right ahead. I see your hand is up.
Hi. During break, were you able to check on the shipment?
I sent off an email, but I have not heard back from them yet.
Okay, because I keep on checking on my end also, just because I don't want to miss it and have anything happen. So I still keep on checking, but I just didn't know if you've heard anything.
No, I opened a ticket the other day. It's called a ticket with IT. So I replied to that, which is the process we have to go through. And I asked them if they could update me on the UPS delivery, and I haven't heard anything yet. So hopefully I'll hear before they go home, because they're out there on the east side. So what is it there? 2 o'clock or so out on the east. So I still have a couple of hours to hear back from them. And for Deirdre, I did submit to CSS regarding your LRINet. So hopefully you'll be hearing from them in an email. Okay, everyone should be back. And I'm hoping that on your screens, you're seeing what I'm sharing, which is the Repsly home screen from my personal tablet. Can you all see this? It should have 3 rows of applications at the top and 2 on the bottom.
No.
No.
No. No.
No.
Interesting.
I
And
can.
some of you see it fine.
Yes, I can see it.
I
Okay.
can too. I can see
Those,
it.
okay, just a moment, everyone. Those who cannot see it, you might need to refresh. Sometimes people have to disconnect and reconnect the class the way you did this morning. So do me a favor, look at your toolbar, see if you can refresh. Otherwise, you might want to disconnect, reconnect. Oops, here comes Kristen. She's reconnecting. So I'll give you a chance to kind of work through that because you're going to want to see my screen. Okay, here comes Mark.
Ah, it's blurry in the back. Ah, let me get the blur off.
Okay, I'm just getting everybody resituated here. You should be seeing my screen the same way you were seeing the slide deck earlier in the prior 2 sessions.
No, I still can't see it.
I can't either. I refreshed.
Are we talking the screen on our tablet or are we talking the screen you're teaching us on?
Nope, the one I'm teaching you on, not your own personal tablets. Your tablets, you won't see anything.
Okay.
I see it now.
Okay. Beautiful. Okay, sorry for that if I misled you guys. Thank you. All right, so we're going to be working on my tablet, which I'll be sharing with you on the screen in front of you. But before we jump into the actual fundamentals on the tablet, let's talk about how you're going to get this set up. So in your welcome kit, you received, I'm going to put everyone on mute for just a few minutes, you guys. All right. So in your welcome kits, you should have received not only your tablet, but there should have been a screen protector for you to install over the face, and then a carrying kit, you know, this casing that may have had a shoulder strap as well. Plus, of course, all the charging cables. The same goes for that wireless Bluetooth NETM scanner. It should have had a wrist strap and inside the box, there should have been instructions and your charging cable. So that's part of what came in the welcome kit. In addition to those two pieces, there should have been a page that, if you can see, I hope it's not too much of a glare. At the top of this singular page that would have been in the welcome kit, and I know not all of you have it yet, there is a page with the instructions on how to pair your wireless Bluetooth NETM scanner to your tablet. All right, those instructions are here. When you receive the equipment, the scanner should already be paired to your tablet. But every now and then they become disconnected in shipping. That is why you have this page. Follow these instructions. Scan the barcode right off the paper if you need to, and it will help you in reconnecting. You guys, reconnecting, repairing, if you will, it literally is like 2-3 seconds. It doesn't take long. It's not a big deal, but you do need this page. Your wireless Bluetooth NETM scanner, it will be called a Z, the letter Z. It'll be called a Z barcode if you go into the settings on your tablet to see what is paired. It won't say NETM, it will say Z barcode. And that is notated here on this page. Also in your welcome kits, you should have received a page that looked very similar to this one that I'm holding up here. Has a picture of Chrome and a picture of your tablet, and it says how to activate Repsly on the tablet. It's step-by-step instructions for you, and that too should have been in your welcome kit. Ladies and gentlemen, you're only activating Repsly on the tablet, only. Please don't get confused. It's going to say on your mobile device and so on. This has absolutely nothing to do with your personal cell phones. In addition, when you go to activate Repsly on your tablets, you're going to select Android. There will be one of the questions in the Repsly email coming to you, and it'll say, is it iOS or Android? We are Android. All right, so you'll want to make sure you select the correct one. Okay, in addition, when you get onto your tablets, don't ever turn on the hotspot. We can see if you turn it on, it's not readily available to you, to anyone, okay? In fact, we've tried to go in and make it so that you can't turn it on, but some individuals are quite techie and they don't have a problem turning it on. Don't use it. It's not a device for any of us to have access to. Also, one moment, Mark, also, if you jump on your tablet and you decide to watch some of those YouTube training videos that I shared with you in our first session today, that is fine. But please enter a note onto your tablet stating that you were watching the LNR YouTube videos. You need to do that because what happens when you watch videos on your tablet, it really uses an excessive amount of data. And we can see that also. Each tablet is allowed a 0.05 data usage. So anytime it goes over that, myself and a few others get red flagged. Oops, this person's using excess data. If you put a note in there, I'll see it right away, and that way I won't need to reach out and bother you. So yes, you can watch those YouTube videos. Just let us know if you do, when you do so. And I think that was Mark had a question. Mark, go ahead.
Yes, I had previously gotten an email to sign into Repsly, and I did so on my desktop, which is an Apple product.
Oh, okay.
I do have a username and a password, but is that going to transfer to the tablet?
I need for you to delete it off of the one because it can actually only be loaded to one. Use those same instructions that came to you after you deleted it, and it should work for you. But if something goes haywire, Mark, let me know, and I personally can send you a new activation link.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. All right. So to start with the activation, once you have the tablet in hand, it's turned on, everything is set up, you're going to, oh shucks, I let mine fall asleep. There we go. You're going to find Chrome. So if you're not very familiar with tablets, you have a home screen, just like on your cells, and then you have that home library. So the screen you're seeing in front of you is my home screen. If I put my finger on the screen and slide up, now I'm starting to get into my library where additional applications can be found. I can also slide left or slide right, and I'll find even more apps. So the reason I show this to you is because you might turn on your tablet and go, I can't find the apps that Linda told me I needed. Slide up, go left, or go right, and most often you're going to find them. Down at the very bottom of my screen in front of you, there is an empty square. My friends, that's called the home screen button, and you'll have it on every page in your tablet. Just click on that, tap on that empty square, and it will always take you back to your home screen. So if you kind of feel like you're lost on your tablet, hit the home screen and start over. The 3 vertical lines at the bottom of my screen to the left of the home screen, that's called your task view. If you tap on those 3 vertical lines, it will always reveal all of the open apps you currently have on your tablet. As a reminder, this is only 4G. All these apps I currently have open, they're just going to slow me down. Close them out. Please try to limit the number of apps open on your tablet. So you can either click on the close all, which is down there in the light gray oval on my screen. That'll close them all out. Or if you just want to get rid of a few, so one at a time, you're going to place your finger on that rectangle, those small rectangles for the apps, and just slide it up, up and off your screen. And that will close it out for you one at a time. Or come down and tap your close all. All right, so we have task view and home screen, just a little bit about your tablet. Now I want to go out and I'm going to activate. So I'm going to go through Chrome because I need to get to the internet to go to Google. Remember, Repsly's activation link has been emailed to you as of this morning. Some received it prior to today, and it may have landed in that spam junk inbox of yours. You're going to need that email and access it on your tablet in order to activate Repsly on the tablet. So I'm going to select Chrome here on my home screen. It's the 3rd line down on the far left. This will bring me out to Google. I'm going to hit my little house up in the left because I was on my tablet earlier. So I want to be on the home page. All right. So I went Chrome and then I went to Google, which everyone, please don't fret. Remember, it's part of the instructions that were in your welcome kit. Okay, now I'm going to go to the search bar and I need to enter my personal email web provider. So in my house, we use Outlook. You guys might be Yahoo, Gmail. I don't know what y'all use. But you're going to key that in on that search bar. So I'm going to enter Outlook. And then I'm going to go up to the right-hand corner to the blue bubble that says sign in, and I'm going to tap on it. Next, it's asking me for my personal email. This is the email that you gave to the TA when you onboarded. This has nothing to do with that Power BI email. Don't get that confused, please. So I'm entering my personal email, and then I'm going to go into my email and open the Repsly email again on the tablet. Repsly's email has like 3 or 4 steps. One is you're going to create a new password, right? You're going to then follow a couple of other instructions. One of those, of course, is selecting it as an Android, not an iOS, right? Follow those few instructions. And the last step is running a sync. When the sync ends on your tablet, you're live. People, this needs good internet connection. If you don't have it at home, maybe drive to like a Starbucks or a McDonald's or somewhere where you can tap into free internet, free connection. It needs a good, solid connection. All right. So personal email, open the Repsly email, follow their instructions, and let this sync. This entire process is roughly 30 minutes on average. If you have really fast internet, it could even be 15 minutes. The average is about 30 minutes. Clock it. You get paid for activating your tablet. All right. Again, when the sync ends, you're live. Oh, go. Let's see. I'm sorry. I didn't see I had questions. Mark, go right ahead. Oh, that's from before. Okay, I'm just going to put your hand down here. Tina, your hand is up. Oh, I have hiccups. Just barely.
Okay. I
Oh,
don't know
now
how
I
to fix
can.
that. Okay. So when it's syncing, is it syncing my personal email in?
It is. It's syncing your personal email, but remember, well, it's not syncing your personal email. It's syncing Repsly because the sync is to activate, to turn on the Repsly software that has been preloaded on your tablet. You have to go into your personal email because that's where the Repsly email has been sent to.
Okay. Will I be using my personal email on the tablet then?
That's totally up to you. You're more than welcome to.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes. Because a lot of people, their personal email is also going to be their LR work email. And you're in the stores. Everything you're doing is on this tablet. So many of our reps access their personal email on the tablet, depending on what it is they need to take care of or research. Yeah, that's totally up to you as a user, though. Okay, so that, my friends, is how you're going to activate Repsly. I'd like for you to try to get that done by end of day today, but I know some of you are waiting on that welcome kit. So once you get your welcome kit and you have the time, set it aside, make sure you've got internet connection, and go through the steps to activate your Repsly software, please. Once the sync has completed, you can tap into Repsly and you can play around with your tablet as much as you want. All right. Now, let's go. Oh, sorry, Tina, go right ahead. Is that from earlier?
Yes,
Tina, was that from earlier?
earlier.
Okay. Okay, I just put your hand down, dear. Okay. All right. So I want to show you Power BI. I'm just going to give you a snapshot. Because my authenticator is already set up, it's going to be black on your end. You're not going to be able to see anything because it's all, confidential information once you get in there. So what you're going to be doing is you're going to be working with Power BI, the 3 gold bar widget that's on my screen, third line down. You have that on your tablets. Folks, if you're comfortable in going through the authenticator process that I spoke about in the last session, go ahead. Your Repsly does not have to be activated for you to activate the authenticator through Power BI. You could do the authenticator before you do Repsly. So to do the authenticator, you're going to select Power BI, the 3 gold bars. Just tap on it. I've opened it. I'm not going to do anything more. I'm going to go back to my home screen. And now I'm going to open the authenticator, the blue padlock, which might be in your library somewhere and not on your home page. I'm going to open my authenticator. I'm going to leave it. I'm going to go back to my task view button at the bottom, select my task view. And on the screen in front of you, you now see that I have Power BI, which has those little gold bars at the top. And my authenticator is open that has the blue padlock. I'm getting ready to go into split screen. So the next step in the instructions you'll have is to tap on the gold bars, not the big rectangle, just the little circle, that little icon up there with the 3 gold bars. Tap on it. and you'll get a pop-up box. You'll then select Open in Split Screen View. What this is doing now is it's putting my Power BI app on the top and it's putting my authenticator on the bottom. I'm going to select and open the authenticator on the bottom, which is that blue padlock over to the left in the bottom half. So I'm just going to tap on it, which is going to turn my screen most likely blank for you. All right. Now, you're going to see something a little different because you have not signed into Power BI yet. So at the top where you see frequents and recents, merchandising, report sales, where you see that information, you guys on your tablets, you're going to see, please sign in. Use your work email. That is going to be your rep-J number that I gave you. You'll enter it. You'll select, I think it says sign in. Then you'll enter your temporary password up there. You'll sign in. And then you're following the authenticator steps. Next, next, pair your account, sync. 2 numbers show. And you'll enter them down here because you'll have this sign-in box on the bottom half where the screen is black right now. You'll have a sign-in box. You'll enter the 2 numbers there, and the rest of the work will be back up top once again, just so that you can go finish it out and enter your new password that you're going to create for Power BI. That is setting up your Power BI. Those are the 2 setups, Repsly, Power BI. Power BI is connected to the authenticator, which then gives you permission to access your brand new field planning tool. And your brand new field planning tool looks like, oh, here it comes. Okay. When you get ready to access your field planning tool, all of you, because remember, Reset Merchandisers, this is where you'll find your planograms and, data regarding shipping is in the FPT field planning tool. You're going to find the merchandising dash up in the purple bar at the top. Per the instructions, you'll need to tap on that down pointing V to the right of the word dash. And you'll get a pop-up menu. We're going to slip through it, scroll down, and you will see your field planning tool. It's the 4th up from the bottom in the pop-up box. Selecting it. I'm going to turn my tablet sideways, which enlarges the screen, so it's a little bit more user-friendly. You'll be able to do the same with yours. Okay, I'm going to close out my filters with the double arrows over to the side. And this, my friends, is your field planning tool. Right? Your trainers will take you through this. You'll be entering your name at the top as a sales rep. Reset Merchandisers, you're not assigned stores. Field merchandisers are. So we need to know either store numbers or who is the rep assigned to that store, and you'll enter their name, and then you'll have all the statistics for the particular store that you're resetting in. Okay, you can scroll down, you can zoom in, it's called a drill through, and you'll be able to find all the data you guys need in this new field planning tool. Now down at the bottom, you'll see there's a toolbar. It starts on the left with FM planning tool, DM planning tool, RM planning tool, ship report. Ship report tells you what's the statistics on my orders. What stores are getting orders? You can even drill in and you can find out what product has been delivered. Is it promotional? Is it reset product? Or is it your order that you wrote the last store visit? Right? This is your shipping report. We have it for every store. Store grid. This tells you what are the set sizes in that store. We have order status. We have status mapping. That tells you in transition, where is everything? Is the order created? Has it been released to the warehouse? Has the warehouse packed up the order? Have they shipped it? Is it in transit? You guys, so much great information. Field planning tool, but first you need to set up the authenticator in Power BI. Right? Again, I'm not expecting you to grasp everything I just showed you. I really just want to give you the visual so that when you do train with it, with your trainer, with your field trainers, it's not going to be the first time you're seeing this. They are going to take you more in depth with the FPT tool. Any questions for me at this point about what you're seeing? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to hit my home screen button and jump out of this. I'm coming back to the home screen. So on your home screen, you will all have a settings. It's in my top row, second from the left. You might want to write this in your notes because it's a task I need you to complete once you're live on your tablet. I need you to go into settings from your home screen. And I need you to select About Tablet. It's at the bottom of the menu. Let me scroll down and show you. It's the very last option in the menu, and it's called About Tablet. Please do me a favor and open About Tablet and confirm that it is your name spelled correctly and your new LRID number, which begins with the letter J. If it is incorrect, tap on Edit and make the corrections, please. We need this information correct because it's called a main asset list, and the information that's in here is linked to what's called your IMEI number. It's the fifth one down in the menu right now. And that IMEI number goes onto our main asset list. That's how we know who has what tablet. So please confirm it's your name, it's your ID number, everything's spelled correctly. And if not, make the corrections because that will then automatically be corrected on the main asset list. Okay, it's in About Tablet under Settings. Now, while you're in settings, you might want to wander around. You can adjust the sound, you can adjust display. There's a few wallpapers you can select from. Your timeout is in here. You'll probably want to adjust your timeout from, I think it's an automatic 10-second or 15-second to like 5 minutes or something. You'll probably want to adjust that. So have a look in settings and, you can manage it the way you want. Back on the home screen in the second row down, I want to call this out for you. You'll see there's a picture of a duster over to the far right. It says supply order form. Here's the shortcut that each of you will open. Again, once you have activated your LRINet, because this is going to bring you to your supply order form. You need to enter in your personal information, so your username and your password that you're going to create when you set up your LRINet. I'll enter mine, I've saved it. And then the very next thing is my supply order form. Fill in the blanks for everything you need. Everything you don't want, put a 0 or select none. And once you've completed the form, you'll click on Submit, which is down at the bottom. Wait 2 weeks and the supplies will come. So that is a nice shortcut link for you, but you do need to set up your LRINet. Right? Any questions for me about this? Okay. All right. So, and remember, I want to call something else out so you aren't confused. When you go to set up your authenticator, remember, you don't go into the authenticator. You're actually setting it up in Power BI. And we're using the authenticator in the split screen. But when we go to access that information, we don't go right into the authenticator. Right? That's not going to take you where you want to go. Okay, let's talk about Repsly now. Repsly is in the bottom left. It's the white square with the colored diamond inside. I'm going to go ahead and tap on Repsly to open it. I'm going to just let it free flow through the locations icon, and it will stop on a page titled Activities. Here we go.
I did that.
Okay, Activities page. All right, everyone. So guess what? When you decide to start your day and you're sitting in your car ready to roll, that's when your day begins. That's when you open Repsly and start your day. It begins in your driveway. If you're at a hotel, because maybe you're part of a reset team and you're traveling, it starts in the parking lot of your hotel. That's where we turn on the brain of our tablet. Okay, let's wander around this activities page. This activities page inside Repsly is where each of you is going to start your day, and each of you will end your day on the tablet in activities. Okay, we start and end here. Up in the upper right-hand corner in the green bar, you have a filter, so you can filter through information based on places which are stores that you want to go to, and maybe specific regions and districts, etc. And then you have a comment box to the left of the filter. This comment box is how you will send a message from your tablet to anybody else in LNR who also has a tablet, just like texting from cell phone to cell phone. I come down to the large red circle in the bottom right, tap on it, select who do I want to send my message to. One or more people, I'll select Wendy. Down at the very bottom, next to the camera, it says type your message. So I'm going to tap on it to get my keypad. And then I would just start typing my message. Then I'll click the arrow and it goes directly to Wendy's tablet. She'll read it. She'll reply from her tablet. It will then come back to my tablet and I can go back and forth from there. So I don't have to pick up a phone. I don't have to leave the store. I can be on the floor and I just send a message to another tablet back and forth. The names, the contacts for you have already been preloaded onto your tablets. So once you activate them, anybody who has tablets that you can message with, those names are already preloaded for you. All right. Going back to my activities page, I'll just arrow back. Now, my friends, let's drop to the very bottom. Starting on the left, you have a clock that says good morning. Below this is activities. That's the page we're on. To the right is a little house with the word places. Now, places is Repsly's name for grocery stores. So if I open it, it's just going to give me this laundry list of grocery stores that are actually assigned to your manager, to your district manager. Reset merchandisers, these would be all of the stores that are assigned to Stefania. And then the stores you're servicing will be inside the mix. Field merchandisers who report directly to a district manager, that would be Sabrina, Jessica, Wendy, Nicolette, Mary, Craig, and Leslie. You're going to see all of the stores assigned to those DMs. And yours are inside here. Okay, we'll come back to that. Field merchandisers out here on the West Coast. Who do I have? Anybody? Oh, none of you. Okay, so scheduling is an option, all right, from the activities page. You can build a schedule. Recent merchandisers, you can use this as well. You can build a schedule for the day, for the week, for the year, whatever you want to build, but you have to, one at a time, add a store and build the schedule. You can tell the schedule how often do you want to go there. Maybe I want to customize it. I want to go in there once a week. Maybe I want to go every other week. I'll change my 1 to a 2, CC2, call cycle 2. And I want to go on Thursday, not Tuesday. So I'll click on the second T and delete the first one. I'll select done. And then maybe there's other information. Obviously, I need to put the store number. Store number is place. So tap there. And I'm going to enter my store number. You okay? That was a deep sigh. All right. So this is how you would build a schedule, adding one store at a time. It saves in there. You can go in and modify your schedule as frequently as you want to, right? It's a great tool. Some people love it. Some people don't. Try it out. See what you think. All right. I'm going to delete that. Oh, by the way, also in scheduling, you'll find that you have access to maps. So you can alter maps. You can just say, hey, how do I get from this store to this store? That might be a good tool for those of you who are recent merchandisers. If you're doing some traveling and you're not familiar with the area, go into scheduling and access the map. Okay, back on our activities page, in the far right corner at the bottom, we have menu. Now watch this, you guys. I'm going to select menu, and then I'm going to open files, menu and files. I have preloaded dozens of documents to assist you. There are reset numbers here. There are account category information pieces here, documents here. All 3 training decks from today are loaded here under new hire training presentation. I'll put it right up here at the top. You tap on it and you'll have full access. The split screen instructions are here. How to authenticate instructions are here. All of this information is preloaded onto each of your tablets, but you would need to be on the activities page, select menu, select files, and you'll have access to all of this data that is preloaded. And by the way, I do update this information regularly. Okay, you can access it when you're in stores, you can access it when you're traveling, anytime you're on your tablet. You can even access it if you're at home and you just want to look up something. Yes, Jessica.
When there's an update, is there like a notification that pops up showing that there's been an update to a file?
Not usually, no. If it's a simple update, your tablet will just run the update, but that's why I asked you to run that major update 1 time per month. Because that's going to ensure that you get everything, all the changes that Repsly makes. And I'll tell you what, you guys, Repsly makes changes weekly. So you really do want to run the updates. Okay, small little menial, trivial ones, those update on their own, but they don't capture the major changes that Repsly makes. And if you do not run the update yourself, that big one that I was talking about, if those updates sit on your tablet for too long, they will actually halt your tablet. They'll basically freeze your tablet. So it's really important that you follow those update instructions from merchandising and run them once a month.
I think I'm speaking in regards to updates to files.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry about that. I'm sorry. No, you are not notified by anything on your tablet, but your district manager should be sending out a team email letting you know that some of the files have been updated, deleted, or something's been added. Yes, that communication goes to the DMs and they are meant to share it. Okay, great question. Sorry about that. Okay, so that is menu and files. Let's go back out to the activities page. All right, so we've looked at the bottom now. We went through activities, places, schedule, and menu. Just above menu, there's your start day. So I'm in my car. I'm ready to turn on the brain of my tablet. All I have to do is tap on start day inside Repsly. Let's tap it now. It's going to prompt me to tap it one more time. Now do me a favor, everyone. Look down to the left-hand corner. Next to the clock, it no longer says good morning. It says work day. 0.0 hours, 0.0 miles. This is how you know you have turned on the brain of your tablet. You're ready to go. Okay? All of you will be required to do this every day when you go to work stores. All right. So now we need to tell the tablet, where are we going? So you're either going to go into schedule and open up the store that you want to drive to first, or select places at the bottom and then select the first store you're driving to. And you would just tap on it. You can scroll and find the store, or you can go to your search bar and you can key in the store number. And you always have to use the pound symbol. I forgot to tell you, pound, then your store number. So maybe I'm going to go to 1159 first. I didn't see it in my list. I'm going to enter pound 1159. It pops up. I'm going to double check the address for where I'm going. I'm going to select Newport, Washington. That's it. Now I can drive. I started my day in Repsley. I selected my first place. Just lay down your tablet, let it fall asleep, and drive to your first store. Your tablet is calculating your drive time and your mileage for you. Okay? All right, now we arrive at our store. Well, we need to check in, because when we check in, that converts you from drive time and mileage to in-store time, just by checking in. Now, people, we talked about the Wi-Fi. If I were in your shoes, I would wait until I'm in the foyer of the store. And that way your tablet recognizes the store Wi-Fi, has a chance to make the connection, and you can check in. If you cannot check in, you might want to make a note. It's called a PIN, P-I-N. You'll need to contact Cindy Beatty, and she has to adjust the PIN on her end a little bit closer to the store to allow you to check in. All right, that's what's going on. If you're connected to the Wi-Fi, but you cannot check in, then you need to get a hold of Cindy or your manager, and they'll get a hold of Cindy. We've got to move that PIN just a little closer. All right. Okay, so to check in, super easy, you guys. See the long green bar at the bottom of my screen? Says check in. Just tap on it. Now I'll tap on it, but mind you, I'm not close to this store, so I actually can't check in. So I'll click on check in. It tells me I'm out of range. That's no problem because I'm not actually working it. As soon as you click on check in, you're shifted over to in-store time. Right? It's that easy. Now, one more thing. This green bar that said check in, as soon as you tap it, it's going to change to being a red bar, and it will say check out. So it's ready for you when it's time to leave. Okay. So what are we looking at now? We started our day, we drove, we checked into our store. Gosh, now what? Every one of you is going to have an activity history, and that's in the gray section. Activity history is all the recorded work done by prior reps in the store that you've just checked into. And you can open any of it. You can open pictures, you can open orders, you can open forms, notes, all of it. As you take on stores, field merchandisers, I would recommend going in and reading some of the notes that may have been left for you. All right, because it could be something very relevant to that service call. So for instance, I can look down in the history and see that Holly left a note. It's in the gray box. It has a gray strip across the top. If I click on it, I can read the whole thing. And all she wrote was, I checked in with Chase GM, checked out with Chase DM. Worked the back stock, load had not arrived. Uh-oh. Placed an order and dusted. Oh, that's weird. I probably need to call her. Why would she write an order when the load hadn't arrived? Okay, well, let's not use her as an example because I'll have to call this rep. But as you can see, there's a note left. So if I was taking on this store, I'd want to know, well, what was done in the store before me? Maybe it's a note about inventory. Maybe she's telling me there's an inventory. Maybe she's telling me that there's a reset going to happen. Okay, so as you take on your stores, double check in the activity history. Is there anything relevant to you that you need to be aware of? And it's all here for you. All right. The other thing I want you to look at is up in the green band at the top, it says contact. Now, Reset Merchandisers, this might be helpful for you. Tap on the word contact and scroll down to the grid information. This is telling you, hey, here are the sets inline sets, not power panel, clip strips, that random stuff. Here are the inline sets and the set sizes that you have in this store. So Reset Merchandisers, if you're making a change or you're showing up and you're expecting a 3-foot set, but it's a 6-foot set, you'd want to make a note in the tablet so that the grid gets updated, because wrong product is shipping, wrong schematic or planogram is being used, etc. Or maybe you're increasing the set size from maybe a 3-foot to a 12-foot. Put that in your notes so that the managers can go back in and increase the grid. All right. Grid information is there for every store and it's under contact. All right. Everyone tracking with me so far?
Yep.
I keep forgetting to change my pictures, my screen of you guys. Sorry about that. There's too many things I'm watching here. Okay. So next, where you're going to be spending the majority of your time is in the white band that starts with photo, form, note, and more. This is where we'll spend our time. Notes, that's the black circle. It's just that. What do you want to say about the store? Who did you check into? You always have to put that in notes. All right. What did you do in the store? Reset Merchandisers, this would be a great place for you to share. Hey, I reworked L'Oreal and Almay. I couldn't do the, I don't know, sinful nails because da, 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 da. I don't know. Whatever you want to say, here's where you can do it. Folks, please be professional. Many, many eyes are reading your notes and your comments all the way up to our CEO. Please be professional. And then submit your notes when you're done. Next, we have photo. This is the yellow circle. Remember, you're going to be taking before pictures before you do anything to any one of your sets. So pretty much as soon as you arrive and check in. And then you're going to be taking after pictures. So let me show you how you're going to do this. You're going to tap on the yellow circle, which will open up your camera lens. Then down on the bottom right, you're going to see a large white circle. That's what you're going to tap to take your picture. Then the word OK is going to show in the bottom right. Maybe I didn't tap on my circle. Oh, it did. I'm going to select the word OK and lock in that picture. And what I'm beginning is called a photo thread. All right. Here's some things to know about the photo thread. All of you, when you take your picture, take it straight on, please. Don't take diagonal shots. We need to take straight on because that shares the integrity of the set. Those of us looking at your pictures, that's how we can see exactly what's going on. And remember, your pictures help tell the story. All right, straight on. When you take your pictures, break them down into only 3 to 4 foot increments, please, chunks. Right, 3 to 4 feet. We measure the width in feet. We measure the height of your sets in inches. So it would be 3 feet by 72 inches, let's say. Okay. Straight on, small chunks. Now, when you start taking your pictures, don't blend your sets, please. Take all your cosmetic pictures, submit. Move over to your trial travel and start a new thread of pictures for that set. Submit. Don't blend. Even if it's just 1 picture per set. All right, how do you take more pictures? Well, the empty gray box to the right of the one I just took has a camera inside it. Tap on that empty gray box anywhere and your camera lens will show. Line it straight up Snap your picture. It's a small chunk. Wait for the word okay. And lock in that second picture. This is now a photo thread that we are creating. In your threads, you can have up to 25 pictures, and then you'll have to start a new one. So you can have one picture up to 25. You just move those pictures to the left with your finger, and there's that empty gray box again. Okay, everyone, this step is required of you for both before and after, but we're not done yet. It's a mandatory 2-step process. Take the pictures and then attach what's called a tag. A tag is a descriptor of the pictures you just took. To access your tags, though, I don't know, Repsly made it a little more complicated. We don't tap on the word tag, we tap on the word edit below the gray box. So I'll select edit, and here are your descriptor options. And once again, you could select all the descriptors if they apply to the pictures you just took, or just select one. Maybe I'm taking all after pictures. So I'll just take after. Maybe I need fixtures. Maybe I'm on the reset team and I need fixtures. I'm going to tap on fixture needed. Maybe it's a reset issue. I'll select reset also. Once you've selected your tags, go up and select done in the green bar, and it brings you back to your picture thread. So there's my pictures, there's my tags. The tags will be attached to each picture, and you'll see this in a moment. I want to encourage you, though, to attach a note here if you have selected something that could need an explanation. What's the reset issue? What fixture do you need? So you would select note to get your keypad, and then just key in whatever message you want to include. Now we've painted a full picture for anybody looking at this picture thread. They understand, oh, okay, here's the set, here's what they did. They need this fixture, so-and-so needs to get that ordered. If there was a reset issue, here's the issue. Okay, it looks like everybody's been communicated with, perfect. Or maybe somebody needs to take action. Communication, right? After you've taken all your pictures for that particular set, or you've maxed the 25, please go up to the yellow band, select submit, and then yes, you want to post your photos. Okay. And it brings you back out to the home screen of the store you're checked into. And here are my pictures I took with the same tags underneath each one. And had I written a note, it would be underneath the tag for each picture. And that's how you take before pictures and then later take after pictures. Now, you guys, it doesn't stop there. If you have other situations going on in your store, maybe there's a safety hazard. Maybe there's just an out of stock issue that you've got to drill in for somebody to help you take care of. Use your pictures to gain assistance, to tell the story. It does not just have to be before and after. All right? Field merchandisers on the call today, you are required, once again, to take pictures of all product that is LNRs, whether you're doing anything to that set or not. That includes power panels, end caps, clip strips. We're not really a clip strip company, but we have a few random ones out there. All product you'll be taking before and after pictures of. All right, any questions on how to take your pictures? It's pretty easy, isn't it, you guys? And quite honestly, it's just like your cell phones. Once you start playing with it, it's going to become second nature for you. Once you activate Repsly, begin playing with it. You're watching the news, take 5 minutes and play with your tablet. You're not going to break it. You can always hit the home screen. Okay. All right. Next on our agenda is form. Form is a means for LNR to capture information we need from you that pertains to the store you've just serviced or you've just reset. There are a variety of forms and they are changing pretty regularly. Your district managers will let you know anytime forms change, delete, or are added. I'm going to open the blue circle now. Here are your forms. Okay, if you are a field merchandiser and you're working in a non-Kroger store, I'm going to scroll down and put it in the middle. You will be completing every service call form number 9, order and merchandise store visit form, non-Kroger. All right, so those field merchandisers on the call right now, this is the form that you will complete every service call, form 9. For those of you working in a Kroger retail account store, yours is down further. It's the 4th up from the bottom, and it's called the Kroger only order and merchandise store visit form. You'll need to complete this form every time you're in a Kroger retail account. All right. Save Mart has their own forms. Reset Team form for Harris Teeter is Sonia. Sonia, you're going to be using this particular form. It's the 3rd one down currently in front of us. Reset Team form for Harris Teeter resets. All right, so that will be your form. Okay, now reset merchandisers on here. Your form is called the Albertson Safeway Reset Completion Form Spring Cosmetic 2025. You will need to complete this form. I'm going to open it because it's very lengthy. Now, forms, my friends, yes.
John is going to be reviewing that as well on the reset
Okay,
portion.
I won't go, excellent. I won't go through it in depth then. That's good to know. Forms, my friends, should be one of the last things you complete before you check out of your store. And that's because of the nature of the questions. So I am going to open this so all of you have an idea as to what a form looks like. Look at this, you guys. It's a question answer. So this particular one says, were you able to check in with your store personnel? Well, we would click yes by just tapping on the empty box and filling it in. And that's a requirement, so we're going to put yes. Some of them, like the second one, you'll need to complete. So you'll need to tap on enter and answer box, and it gives you the keypad so that you can enter the appropriate answer. Some of them, like the 3rd one down, has an arrow over to the right. So it says nothing selected, and there's an arrow over there to the right. You'll want to tap on that arrow to get the pop-up box menu, and you'll make your selection from here, and it will automatically fill it in back on the form. And this is true for all forms. Every single question has to be completed, no matter which form you're completing. And then at the very bottom of our forms, all forms, it requires a signature. Reset forms generally require the store director to sign off or someone in management to sign off. And then you'll have to write down what their title is. On the order and merchandise forms, like form number 9 at the very bottom, that is your signature, merchandiser's signature. And you'll just tap on the box. You can turn your tablet sideways, use your finger, sign your name, select OK, and it locks in your signature there for you. Most reset forms though require a store manager's signature. After you've completed the whole form, you'll go up to the green band, you'll select submit, and you're done with your form. Okay, all forms ask you questions. You select the appropriate answers or put in the right answer and make sure somebody signs it. They won't submit if you leave something empty, undone. So you'll have to go back through your form and figure out what did you miss. Okay, any questions for me? Okay, so you all have different forms that you're going to be looking at. Read through the menus regularly in case you missed an email, just to see, hey, did anything get added for me? But general practice is you're going to have the same forms for the same retail accounts on a regular basis. We just may update a question or two or delete something. All right. Okay. Now I want to call something out for you, both in the order menu and in forms. If we don't process it through all the way, meaning we don't submit it all the way through, we can leave it sitting in draft. So if you look on my screen in front of you, the fourth one down for planned reset and pull and plug, I didn't submit it, did I? Because it's false information from me. So it's showing that it's sitting in draft over to the right. If I were at home and I was like, wait, why am I not seeing my order? Or why don't I see my form? What's going on here? I can log into this store, and if I see the word draft, I can tap on that word and it will reopen that form or that order for me. And now I can complete it and submit it all the way through. Right? If you see draft, it's incomplete. So that data has not gone anywhere. You need to finish it off. Okay. How do we feel? Kind of okay about forms?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So we've done photo, we did form, we talked about note. Now we're going to go into more. And more is where we write orders. Now, research merchandisers, most likely you're not going to be writing orders. But you know, you've gone through the training. There could be a one-off for some reason you guys are asked to write an order, or maybe you're going to cover for a field merchandiser, so you need to know how to write an order there. All right. So I do want you to pay attention, but understand writing orders is not one of the primary job responsibilities you're going to have as a reset merchandiser. And we get that. Field merchandisers on the call, you're going to be writing orders every service call. So I'm going to select more. And then I'm going to go to the sales document and I'm going to select order. From, excuse me, from here, I'm waiting for the words all products to show up. And when they do, I'm going to select them. And that's what will load all the product from your assigned warehouses onto your tablet. So I'll tap on all products. I'm going to grab my Netum scanner. And here come the products. Okay, everybody, you might see some random products on my screen. I'm not connected to a warehouse, so I don't know what kind of product we're going to see today. Okay, time to write an order. We need our Netum scanner. So here's how this thing works. Please be gentle with the port. Olivia makes these over in Beijing for me upon order, and they're very fragile. So if you push the charging cable in too hard, it will push the port up into the scanner and break it. So you want to be gentle with these little guys. Use the wrist strap. The casing is very slippery. To turn it on, you have a trigger button. So we just tap, we compress on the trigger. You're going to wait for a full blue circle and a final beep. There we go. What it's done now is it's turned on my monitor. So if you can see that, get it in the screen there. Here's my monitor on my scanner. It tells me how full my battery charge is. It lets me know that my BT is connected, and it lets me know that I'm in HID mode. We do need to be in HID mode. Okay. Little helpful hint for you. Carry this manual with you at all times. It came with your Netum scanner. Carry it with you, because on page 3, the scan bar that you need to flip your scanner back into HID mode, if and when it flips out, is right here in the book. Scan it, you're back in mode, and you can continue writing your order. If you don't have this with you, your scanner's not going to work, period. It won't work. You have to have this scan bar. So I would keep that in your work bag at all times. It also has the pairing scan bar. So if you don't want to carry the form that we included in your welcome kit with you, on page 3, it also has the scan bar. So this comes in real handy. Deirdre, go ahead.
My question is, so could we take a picture of that on our phone and would it scan the same way? So we have that, or with our tablet even?
It might with your tablet. I can't say it will on your phone. I've never tried it. I have scanned barcodes off my tablet. In fact, if you bring up a planogram that has scan bars, you can scan it right off the face of your tablet. That
Okay.
might work. It might work. I tested it home before I left
Okay.
it at home.
Yeah, well, I'll probably bring it just in case, but just to make, just so it was on one place, I was trying to try that, so.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, and you can do screenshots. You just hold the power button and the volume down at the same time, and it'll do, your
Okay.
tablet will do screenshots for you.
Perfect.
And of course, you
Okay,
have a camera.
Try it.
Okay, sounds good. Let me know. All right.
All right, I
Um,
will.
Good, good. Okay, so here's how we write an order, everybody. We write one order per store. All right, not one order per set in your store. One order for the entire store, please. So make sure you've walked the whole store before you close out that order. Using your scanner is the most efficient way to write your order. You're going to be scanning price tags in your store. So you would just get the UPC number, line up the red laser beam that comes out across that barcode. It'll scan it and load it onto your tablet screen. As I mentioned just a minute ago, if you have a planogram that you bring up on your tablet through the field planning tool, a lot of our planograms have scan bars on them, and you can scan them again right off the face of your tablet. Okay? If you have LNR product, this is an LNR, but you can always scan LNR product. In our cosmetic sets, if you pull out the tray or flip up the flipper lid, that facing, we have small little scan tags there. The Reset team installs those for us. You can scan those. If you do not have a barcode to scan, you can come up to this green bar at the top and you can enter the brand. You could enter the name of the item. You can enter the 6-digit SKU or the 11-digit UPC number, and you can order it that way. So let's say I'm looking for a ream of security tags. I don't know the SKU number. I'm just going to start typing in security. And at the very top, there it is. Security tag 500 count roll. That's what I want. I'm going to tap on it to select it. And now I've ordered it. Okay, so you can type in names. I could type in L'Oreal Lash Blast Mascara and all those mascaras would come up. You have a lot of ways to write your order if you're missing tags. But remember, if you're missing tags, you need to go find your scan tag coordinator and ask them to make you some tags. All right, because how's your customer going to order if they don't know the price point? Okay, Deirdre, do you have another question or did I just forget your hand?
No, I must not have turned it off,
Okay.
sorry.
No worries at all. All right. Okay, so you scan an item, you look at your tablet. You scan an item, you look at your tablet, and you do that for the whole store. LNR does not tell you what you are ordering. That's something that you, as the new subject matter expert in that store, you're going to figure out. You're going to have conversations with your drug GMs. Hey, what sells? Does this item sell? Does it not sell? And they will tell you because they look at a report every week. That thing walks out the door every week. Don't order it. Only put one up. Or, you know what? That sells like hotcakes. That peg's always empty. Can you order 20 of them? Okay. You're going to learn your hot topics in those stores. What are those key sellers? If you're in a Kroger retail account, your field trainer will tell you during training what your restrictions are. Many of our items, we can only put 2 per peg and slot. Some we can put 4. The rest goes into backstock. All right. And you'll learn this during your field training. Now let's talk about what we're seeing on the screen in front of you. Actually, I don't want to work with this because it has 500 pieces. Let's get something a little smaller to play with. Okay. All right. So what you're seeing on your screen, you guys, let's say I just ordered this barbecue skewer. The orange box is going to tell you the last time you ordered it. Please remember your call cycles. How often are you in this store? You want to try to order to fill your sets to the best of your ability based on restrictions, what you have in back stock, etc. This is going to help you learn what's a top seller. Are you ordering it every time you're there? Or are you only ordering it maybe once a month or once a quarter or whatever? Look at the orange box. Below the orange box is the name of the item you just scanned to order. Below this is the dollar value, and we don't do anything with it. Ignore it. Below the dollar value is a thick green band with a minus, a 1, and a plus. Once you scan an item, and it looks like it does on the screen in front of you right now, one single item. If you change your mind and you're like, I wish I hadn't ordered that. I've got 5 of those in the back room I forgot about. I don't want this item. You cannot delete it once you've ordered it. So the only thing that you can do now is change your 1 to a 0 by hitting your minus. Now, when this item goes to the warehouse with your order, they won't send it to you. Okay, you can't delete, just change the quantity to a 0. Okay, the number 1, everybody, represents a pre-pack. I don't know if everybody has merchandise experience, so a pre-pack is how we receive all of our product from the vendors that we buy it from. And pre-packs have a variety of inner piece counts inside them, right? This one pre-pack has 3 individual pieces inside it. Some have 1, like Barbie dolls. Some will have up to 48 pieces inside that one pre-pack. But that one pre-pack is the base minimum that you can order. And then no matter what, you're going to get the minimum sell quantity pieces. So you can't order less than 1 pre-pack. Okay. How do you know how many pieces are in that pre-pack? Look down at the bottom line where it says note and then SKU. It continues on and it says minimum sell quantity 3. 3 are the number of pieces I'll get in 1 pre-pack for this particular item, right? That is how many I'm going to get. All right, you guys. So I'm going to get 3 pieces in 1. I want to double it. Let's say this is a pretty hot item. I know I can fit it and I'm allowed to. So I'm going to double the quantity. Some of you might think, oh, Linda, that's easy. Just change the 1 to a 2, make it 2 pre-packs. I'll get double the quantity. Well, your thinking is correct. Unfortunately, that is not how our warehouse system is built. So my friends, when you go to increase your count over and above the 1 pre-pack, I need you to change your thinking to individual piece counts. So we will now be ordering pieces versus pre-pack. And that piece count has to remain in mathematical sequence with the minimum sell quantity. Okay? So my minimum sell quantity is 3. That means I can order 3, 6, 9, 12, etc. pieces. So I want to double it. I'm going to hit the plus sign and I'm going to change my 1 to 6 pieces. 3 pieces times 2 equals 6. I want 6 pieces. Now the warehouse is still going to send you 2 pre-packs with 3 pieces in each. But that is the only way you're going to get exactly what you want. If I had changed the 1 to a 2 and not to the actual piece count, when that 2 gets to my warehouse, they're going to go, what does Linda want? Does she want 2 pre-packs? Or does she want us to break open a pre-pack and only send her 2 of the 3? They will not do that for you. Will not. So what it comes down to is you won't get the item. They're not going to call you and ask you what you want. And they're not going to break open a pre-pack. So you just flat out won't get it. All right. So when you're upping your quantities past the original 1 pre-pack, please convert to individual piece count. And stay in sequence with the minimum sell quantity. Let me ask you guys this. What if I wanted to order 7 pieces? It fits in my slot. I'm allowed to do it. I really want 7. You guys, could I order 7 pieces for this item? Anybody?
No.
You're only going to
right.
get 6.
Exactly. Those were both right answers. Somebody said no and somebody said no, get 6. Both were correct. But I really want 7. How can I get 7 pieces?
Order 9.
Yes, I'm sorry. I don't know who's speaking, but yes, that is correct. Order 9 pieces. Okay, but here's what I hope I'm thinking about. What's my call cycle? Am I allowed backstock? Not every store allows backstock. So if I order 9, I'm going to have 2 extra pieces when that order arrives. What if they don't fit to the floor? What am I going to do with them? So those are things I need you to think about when you go to write your order. What's your call cycle? Are you allowed backstock? If you want to up the quantity, what do you do with the excess if you don't have space for it out on the floor? We are not a company who should be shoving product in behind our sets and trying to hide it. Okay. In fact, that creates a nightmare for our poor reset merchandisers as they're trying to purge the set and rebuild it. They're finding all this excess stuff. Okay. Please think about those things when you write your orders. If you know it's not going to work, shortchange yourself this time when you're writing the order, and your next service call, try to up the quantity. Okay. All right. I want to give you a little shortcut. Sometimes you're going to want like 36 pieces. You're going to need them because they're little tiny little toys or whatever they are. I don't know about you guys, but if I'm standing in the aisle and I'm ordering a set of 3 feet of toys, I don't want to sit here and hit that plus symbol and do this the whole time. It gets so annoying to me. You don't need to do that. All you need to do is hit this green bar where the number 8 is right now. Tap on it 2 times, my friends, twice. It will now give you a numbers keypad down below. Arrow back, clear out the number that's there, and put in your large quantity count that you want and select done. Then scan your next item. Look at how fast that is. You scan something. Oh, I want 48 pieces. It's in rhythm with the 3. I'm going to erase this. I'm going to add 48 by double tapping the green bar. I'm going to select done. Boom, ready to scan my next item. Double tap it. You don't have to do the plus when you're working with big numbers. If you don't want this, you've got to take it with the minus sign down to 0 or double tap, erase 0. Okay. One more thing I want to show you. Sometimes we forget to check the charge on our equipment and it goes belly up. You have a built-in camera in the order menu. It's up in the top green bar, just to the right of the X. It looks like a small compressed barcode. Tap on it and it automatically opens up a camera with a red laser beam. If you line up that red laser beam with one of your barcodes, it will take a picture of it. It's slow, but it will take a picture of it and it will load it to your screen and you can continue to order for the rest of the store that way. It's slow. Did I say it's slow that way? But it works. And we would rather you do that than check out, go home, recharge, and go back to the store. Use the built-in camera to write your order. To close out the camera, you just tap that little barcode once again and the camera's gone. The other item up there I want to show you is in the settings between the barcode and the filter. Open your settings. here's a clue, you guys. If you're scanning product and you're like, why is this not populating in the grocery cart? I can't get my scanner to scan. Go into the settings in the order menu. Make sure that your automatic add to order is turned on. If it's off, it looks like this. It's all gray. Just tap on the dot, it turns green. Now it's on. Now it will scan and populate for you. Right? That's the first thing you should check. Is my automatic add to order turned on? And then next, please do not, this is a major no-no. Please do not switch your default quantity from anything other than 1. Because the bare minimum pre-pack you're ordering is what? Anybody? It's 1. 1 pre-pack.
1.
That's the bare minimum. So your default quantity has to be a 1. You're not going to help expedite your order if you change that 1 to a 36 thinking, oh, everything I scan, it's going to order more. It'll be so much faster. Someone did that 2 years ago before Christmas. They changed the default quantity and they ended up with, it was something like 50 some boxes, 40,000 items. We had to send in 3 people over the course of a couple of days to try to produce the credit, the return. It was a nightmare. It needs to stay at 1 and your automatic order needs to be turned on, please. All right. Hopefully that helps you when it comes to writing your orders. Now, down in the lower left is your grocery cart. Keep an eye on it. Make sure the numbers are looking accurate. If you want to open it, just tap on the numbers down there and there's your grocery cart. You can change quantities by tapping on those green squares and adjust the numbers. You can tap on the name of the item if you want to open the whole thing. But you know, you want to make sure because maybe you accidentally ordered 400 pieces when you only wanted 40. So keep an eye on your grocery cart numbers. After you've written your order for the entire store, it's time to submit it. So you select next in the bottom right. Do not change shipping dates. That is not permissible for anyone on this team. Only management can change this, and I mean upper management. So you're just going to select done and then select submit, which I will not tap on because it'll send my fake order. So you'll select submit and off goes your order to the warehouse. Right? That's how we write an order for every store. One order per store. Scan, adjust quantities when need be, keep an eye on your grocery cart, and then when you're done, go through the next done submit, and you'll be all through. Any questions for me at this point that you want to re-see or ask about?
Does it give you a confirmation number?
It does not. It does not give you a confirmation number. However, it will show you your order back here on the activity history of the store that you're checked into. And it will show up like down there under Holly where it says order and it has $0 below it between the 2 pictures. Yeah. It's in a green box. It'll show like that only up on the top where your pictures are for all the current work being done.
Okay.
So once you submit it, you'll have that order box. All right. Those, my friends, are the primary steps that you're going to go through. Photo, form, notes, and more for the stores that you go into. Now, when you finish in a store, you need to check out. So you'll go to the vendor logbook, maybe GlobalWorks, you'll sign out, you'll take a picture of your sign in and sign outs, and then you're going to check out. So the checkout, if you recall, is down at the bottom. The existing green bar that you see has already flipped to red and says checkout. Click checkout and it immediately converts you to travel time and mileage. All right. If you're going to go to another store, you'll arrow back to places or to schedule, select the next store that you're going to drive to and go. If you are done for the day though, and it's time to go home or back to your hotel, you check out of your last store and drive home. That's it. Check out, drive home. Your tablet will pick up on where you're going. It'll track your time and your mileage for you. I'd like to show you a couple more things. How are we doing here? Okay, great. I'm going to arrow back and I'm going to take you to the activities page. I'll come back and delete these. Okay, and then we're going to go activities. Okay, I'm back on the activities page. I'm just going to mute all of here. I'm getting static. Okay. So as I told you guys, you start your day on the activities page and you need to end your day, because if you don't end your day when you get home, the clock just keeps running. And obviously that's going to be a problem. Cindy's going to call you and go, what the heck did you do? What happened? So we need to remember when we get back home to end the day. We checked out of our store, we drove home. How do you end your day? It's the blue square in the bottom right on the activities page. Only on the activities page. Before I tap on that, because once I do, it'll hide the other icon I want to show you. You have a pause and you have a resume button. People, by law, you are required to take your various morning breaks, afternoon breaks, and meal breaks. You can ask your manager how that works based on the state that you live in and that you're working in, because that does alter per state. L&R gives 15-minute breaks. Typically, if you're scheduled for a 4-hour shift and you've already worked 2 hours, you would pause and take your 15-minute paid break. Meal breaks are 30 minutes and you would actually clock off. You would check out of your store and take your meal break. Or actually, I think you're going to pause. Excuse me, I said that wrong. If you're in your store and it's time for your meal break, you're going to pause, take your 30-minute meal break, and then you would resume and go back in and finish your store. So how do you pause and resume? It's found here on activities. It's down in the bottom right, and it's the 2 blue vertical lines. Tap on those 2 blue vertical lines. It will ask you if you want to pause your mileage counter, and you just select OK. People, look in the bottom left now. The clock is flashing paused, so you know that you're in pause mode. It's not tracking you. You step outside, you have your first break. You want to run and buy a coffee? Go do it. You're in pause mode. You're not on the clock with L&R right now. Once you're done with your meal break and you're going to get back on the clock, you'll hit that blue right-facing triangle in the bottom right. It asks if you want to resume your day, and you'll click OK. You're back on the clock. Now in the bottom left, you're back to hours and miles. So you have that pause and resume to help you out throughout your day. Maybe you need a pause and run to a doctor's appointment or go pick up a sick child. Use your pause and resume buttons. All right. Once you are done, though, you've checked out of your store, you drove home, you're ready to end your day. We're going to tap on the blue square this time. And it asks you, do you want to end your day? Select the words end day. And you're through. You'll need to run a final sync to send everything where it needs to go. So you're going to put your finger up here in the white section, that light gray area. Don't go into the green bar, everybody, because it doesn't work. So you need to go up in the upper gray area, very gently slide your finger down. It runs about a 1-second sync. And when that circle stops, you're through. End your day, sync, you're done. And that is how you're going to operate with your tablet. Repsly, start your day, select your store, drive. Check into your store, go through all the motions there of note, photos, forms, and writing in order if need be. Okay? When you're all done, everything's submitted, you've signed out, You're going to check out of your store, possibly go to another store, or else drive home. Once you're back at home, you end your day, sync, you're through. And those are the basic functions of your tablet. Remember that you have files that's locked into menu down there in the bottom right. And in files is where we have lots of documents that will help you out if you're stuck in your store. They're basically troubleshooting docs that are in there that I shared with you. And then you have the messaging icon up here in the upper right in case you want to message somebody and ask questions or whatever. All right. Now, something that I'm going to attach, and then I'm going to give you your time and we're going to wrap this up. Something I'm going to attach in my final email for you guys to later today is how to enter your admin time. And admin time, once again, is time worked from home. Okay, so you're going to have admin time this week. I think it was Mark doesn't have his equipment yet. So he's going to take today, possibly, if he doesn't use a timesheet, and add it to his tablet this week when he gets it, and only submit one form of reimbursement, basically, for his paycheck. So when you go to enter admin, you first have to keep track of it on your own. And then you go into Repsly, which is where we are now. Select places. And instead of selecting a store, you're going to key in up in the green bar the word admin or the abbreviation admin. And again, I'm sending you step by step, but I'm going to show you. All of you have been assigned to a region. Reset merchandisers, you have as well. Cindy and I are not sure if those are correct 100%. So we might need to play with that just a tad, but I think we're pretty close. You'll select the district that you're assigned to, load it, just like you would a store. You would go into form, continue without checking in. This is the only time we continue without checking in. And the very top form is your admin time. Select admin time, complete the form just like all the other forms. But today, and you might want to put this in your notes, even though it's in my email coming to you. Your customer number for all the work you're doing this week at home is LR1123. LR1123. I have also printed it on the bottom of the new hire checklist that I'm sending to you. LR1123 is where you're charging your time worked at home onto your tablet this week. You also need to break down hours versus minutes. So if you work 90 minutes on something this week off the checklist, like the Treliant, maybe you marry your time together and say, okay, it's 90 minutes. That, my friends, would be 1 hour and 30 minutes. Please don't put it in as 90 minutes and 0 hours. You got to break it apart. Okay. Notes are required, and that would just be maybe you say you were working on your Treliant. And then you would sign it and submit it. And that is how you enter admin time. You enter it as a form under admin. And again, I'll send you the instructions. All right. Questions for me? Anything you want to look at again, because I know that I have just dumped a pile of information on top of you, including new technology. So anything you would all like to ask me at this point in time? Let's see, Amy, go right ahead.
Oh, I didn't have a question. Oh, I didn't have a question. Sorry. I was just waiting till the end because we're going to go over my email thing again.
Yep. Okay. Sit tight. Yeah. Okay. And Deirdre, you had a question.
So my only question is, we're in Teams and I see that this whole thing is recorded. So I can go back in through Teams and watch this again. Is that correct on that recording?
Yes, I have the recording. Today is recorded as well, but I already have another pre-recorded session available for you on the YouTube channel.
Oh, yeah,
Right.
which we wrote down. Okay. Or we actually
Yes.
copied the link.
Yeah,
Okay.
and it'll be in the orientation deck that I'm going to email to you.
Okay. So there's plenty of places to go back and just check anything we might miss.
There is.
Or did you-
Use
or
the,
did you-
use the email. Use the email that I'm going to send after class. I really am sending you kind of that one-stop shop,
Okay.
so that you guys don't have to go searching through all these other emails that we have sent to you. And I've got to tell you, that's going to come to you more towards the end of my work day today. And I'm on the West Coast, so I don't know where everyone is right now, just in general talking. So just give me a chance to get to it, and then you'll have all this information at your fingertips.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, Blair, you have a question for me?
Yes. How would it be handled for end of day if you leave your last store but have to like go to the grocery store, or you're even leaving for the weekend out of state or across state or something like that?
Okay, so what you want to do, you have a few things you're doing. Let's say you're going to stop on your way home and pick up kiddos. So you would check out of your store and start your drive. If you are going to deviate from your route home, you would want to pause before you deviate. And you can do that while you're driving. You can just go in and hit the pause button. Now you can deviate, go off track up to 8 hours if you wanted to. And you can go do whatever you need to personally. When you get back on track with the drive, then you want to resume and finish your drive home. All right. You don't want to charge extra miles and extra drive time. And you'll know, because you're going to be doing this drive on a fairly regular basis. Well, you might not actually, because you're part of the reset team. So you can Google, you can Google the mileage, Google a drive time, and then take a guess from there and manage it. You could also send an email to Cindy Beatty and say, hey, Cindy, I deviated from my drive. This was the mileage. This was the drive time. And she'll correct it for you. Okay. So you do have that as an option. If you're not going home, then once again, I would go ahead and you want to drive the miles and the time if you have that in your head, and then stop the clock during your drive. But always follow up with an email to Cindy so that she understands what it is, because she's going to see that it kept going on your tablet. So just let her know, hey, I went somewhere else, but this is what I drove and this is my drive time.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay. All right. Anyone else have a question? Mark, do you have a question?
Yes, on the admin time, does that need to be separated, say, for this training and the trailing training, or can it all be combined and just write that in the notes?
It can be combined. Quite honestly, the way we like admin time entered for this week is the same day it was worked. But because you don't have your tablet yet, most likely you're getting it tomorrow, because we're getting a little late in the day. If you get it tomorrow, whatever you've done Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, lump it together and go ahead and put it on your tablet for tomorrow. Did that answer your question?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. And let me see, I have one more question here from Deirdre.
No, I don't have any more questions. I just can't get my hand to turn off for some reason.
No
I'm
worries.
just trying to do that.
It's okay. I'll do it for you. All right. So
Okay,
those
thanks.
of you who are dropping off our call now, thank you so much for joining me today for New Hire Orientation and Training. And welcome to LNR. Woohoo! You accomplished your first big day with us. Some of you are
Thank
going
you.
to be starting tomorrow. Some might start Thursday. Field merchandisers, please be expecting a call from your field trainer and or your district manager. They are going to give you the particulars for the next step. But in the meantime, please watch for your equipment, get it all activated, and work through that new hire checklist. All right? That's what I really need you to be focused on this week. Please remember, if you run into trouble, give me a call or give your managers a call. We're here to support you and do our best to set you all up for success. I'd like for the field merchandisers dropping off the call to please charge 5 hours for today's training. 5 hours for today's training, please. Okay. All right. If there aren't any
Okay.
questions, I wish you luck. I'm here. Give me a shout, and I'll be watching you on the back office of Repsley to see how my new hires are doing. Have fun out there and enjoy, and welcome to LNR.
Thank you.
Reset
Thank you.
merchant, you're
Thank you.
welcome. Bye, you guys. Reset merchandisers, stay on the call, please.
Bye-bye.
We have John and Cindy joining us as well. John and Cindy, do you mind if I allow them to just stretch for a minute?
Yes, please. I don't know if you guys all managed to be on there for 5 hours. Kudos to you all. But yeah,
Absolutely.
take the time that you need, and we can get started here after a short break.
Okay, so everyone, I'm going to give you till 1 o'clock, which for me is about 3 minutes. But I want you to have a moment to stand up. If you need to run to the restroom really quick, please do so. And then come back, and I'm going to introduce some new folks to you. You get to meet new faces. I'll introduce them to you, and we're going to take you through your Reset merchandise specific training. So 1 o'clock, I need you back in your seat live with me once again. All right, go, go, go. You only have a few minutes. All right, I'm going to disconnect here. And John and Cindy, thank you for joining. Stefania, you're still here with me, right?
I am here. I'm
Okay, you
here.
guys.
Oh, yes.
All right. Let me just disconnect. And Cindy, thank you so much. Look at you. Did you get the haircut?
No, I just dried it and curled it a little.
Mhm.
You got all fancy for our new hires today.
Nice.
Hi, Linda.
Yes.
Kinda.
Hi, this is Jessica. I have to run. I had an emergency, but will I be able to review the Reset specific information later on this evening?
You will, Jessica. Yes, I'm actually recording it, so I'll have it as an attachment, and then eventually I'll get it uploaded. But you'll have full access to it. Yes.
Okay, great. And if you get any updates on the package, can you email me or text me?
I will. I haven't had a chance to double check, but I've got your name written right here in front of me. So yes, I'll be in touch with you after training today.
I'll keep close with
Okay.
that too, Linda.
Okay. And Jessica, charge 5 hours for your training that you've already done today, please. And then you'll need
Okay,
to
I
charge
will.
additional training when you watch the Reset video.
Okay, I will. Thank you so much.
Okay. Are you
Everything's okay,
okay?
Jessica.
Is everything all right?
Yeah. It's just with my daughter, so.
All right. Okay. Okay. Go do what you need to, and we'll get you the Reset piece.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. I'm gonna stop that.